Hey guys, welcome back. We are on the afternoon session of day one of the Brian Walshe murder trial. The disappearance of Ana Walshe. This guy, I don't know. I'm keeping an open mind. Keeping an open mind. I am. I'm keeping an open mind. He says that on New Year's Eve, they went upstairs after their guest left, who I guess was Anna's boss. So they went upstairs, and then about an hour later, he came downstairs, cleaned up the kitchen, and then went back upstairs, and she was not alive. He's pled guilty to disposing her body, but he lied to police
Your Honor, for the record, Mr. Walsh is back in the courtroom.
Thank you.
and said that she was missing. Oh, thank you, Nancy. Why would you do that? If I had left the bedroom to go clean the kitchen and went back to the bedroom and found Travis not breathing, I would call 911. We missed you this morning, Nancy.
Yes, thank you.
I'm trying to keep an open mind, but that just does not
Your
make
Honor, before the
sense to
jurors come
me.
in, could I ask? We have created a blank calendar for the jurors and for everyone. I believe it was a motion to eliminate and it was unopposed. Could I mark one for ID and then pass them out, have the court officer?
I don't blame you. It just shocked me. It took me by surprise.
All right.
And I'm giving one to clerk. Well, actually, I thought it's for the report.
Who are we missing? Marty, Wiggles, Michelle.
Thank you.
It's just, oh, there's Marty. I don't want to record. Why is it trying to record? Stupid StreamYard.
All rise for the court, please. Jurors entering.
I wish StreamYard would quit changing stuff. Oh, that's right. Michelle had a doctor's appointment.
May you stand, please?
Marty gave me a hug. Oh, Marty hugs back. We love you too, Nancy. We always miss you when you're not here.
You have the witness back on the stand.
Oh, you should
Thank
see
you,
the
Your Honor.
lead detective on this case,
Recall
Nancy.
Harrison Schmidt.
Oh, here he comes. Good.
Oh, we'll wait till he gets back on.
We have a female judge. We have a handsome lead detective. I'm gonna need a new laptop soon too. This laptop is wonky. Does it work?
Your Honor, may we continue with Exhibit 54? I believe we left off at 14 minutes and 33 seconds on the media player.
You may.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Gilman?
I'll put his name up there.
And I was happy with anywhere at that point, but that was,
If my laptop will behave, but it won't.
and I don't ask this to but is there any extramarital with you or? No, not at all, certainly not with me, and, not that I have any information of Anna, like, everyone who called me recently, they're like,
Okay, Marty.
The same story that I had is the same story Alyssa and Adela and Will Faster gave me, is that she works all the time and she flies home to see you guys and she comes back and she's constantly working. And, you know, she said that she would like eat in bed and pass out.
I can put it in the chat, but I
That
can't
was-
pin it.
That was everyone else's experience. So yeah, I would be surprised of that. You know, when we were younger, we were seeing, when we were first dating, we were seeing other people. But that was,
You have to put shoes on to pay your bills online?
so in your experience,
Oh, you're taking me with you. Okay, got it.
seeing someone else doing anything like that, no indication to you that was going on? No, not at all. I mean, obviously, you know, we were apart, but we spoke a lot. That's why, like, you know, people were like, well, don't worry if you have exposure, but we spoke all the time. We spoke in the morning and in the evening. So. And everyone, you know, she had rings, talk about her husband and kids. I mean, that just seems weird that you have an affair. She had close friends here. I know she spent a lot of time in DC, and when she came here, she was talking with you, family most of the time. Yeah. Did she have someone that she would spend time with here, like a girlfriend? Or... Yes. So there's Rima, a very good friend of hers. Ferreira. She is the head of HR for the Park Plaza Hotel. How do you spell Rima? I know how to spell the first name, not the last name. Rayma, or Rayma, so it's Rayma. And then Ferrer, which I'm not as familiar with.
Hey, Robbie.
Ferrer, Ferrer. All right.
And you said head of Park Plaza?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so Ryan was, so when she was here, she spent most of her time with us. Trying to think who else were people that she would leave. Rima was the biggest. Jam, obviously. So I'm trying to think. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Yeah. I'm got distracted. Rima, Jam. Who else did she hang out with? Well, Peter Curry was here.
Peter came by?
Yeah, Peter came. He didn't. I was like, I'm fine. He showed up anyways. It was like he needs support. So that's Alice's brother. He lives in Marshfield, so we're pretty close with them.
So you know Peter and...
Peter and Ana went to, they had a leadership training together.
Okay.
And
was Jim part of that as well?
Jim was part of my leadership training.
Oh, okay,
so that's how a lot of us know each other through this.
Okay. So Peter Kirby and leadership training.
Yeah, and she was what we call, her group was B2 and my group was B3. We raised over $200,000.
Hey, I saw that picture you with Alan Tudyk, and you didn't even tell me you were meeting him.
Part of the leadership training is the community service project. So
Okay.
something Jim and I continue to do about it. So.
Nice.
What do you think? What do you think? I'm like, first it's been like, I feel like it's a bad dream. I'm having to wake up, and it's gonna be all over. I'm having a hard time like sleeping or thinking, and then the fact that my mother has an investigative team in DC.
I don't know. You have to ask the cameraman that, Nancy.
and Jan and Della, like, where else?
That's good to know, though. So many of them aren't.
I mean, like if you said she went to New York or Mars, anyone would be possible, because I have no idea where else she would go. And I talked to Candace today, who's a friend of ours, and I said she's not.
I don't know. I guess so. The body language people can body language him later.
Not saying anything to anyone, or take a large sum of money from one of the accounts and just, leave. She wouldn't leave us or the kids.
And you have to walk in the snow uphill both ways, right?
I know she's got the JetBlue card. Yeah, so I everything's in her name the way I set it up. Like my grandfather's taught me, make sure your wife is always taken care of, and with my legal problems, it's been useful. And also, she always pays things on time, and I do not. So
With like bank institutions, stuff like that.
yeah, so she's got Liberty Bank. She's got one in Marblehead, Brand Bank. Brand Bank, and then she's Apple Credit Union in Virginia, which she's had for probably 10 years, 15 years.
Apple Credit Union.
Yeah. So all the money goes there. Then we've got the Chase cards. We have the Fidelity, which something happened. Something happened to the Fidelity card when she was in Belgrade. So that hasn't been used really.
Is that like canceled?
It was. I think we might have we haven't used that one. And then the JetBlue, which is the only one that I don't view. I don't view the bank accounts. I don't deal with those. But I used to view all the investment accounts and all of the view of.
Obviously, we want to contact these banking institutions.
Yeah.
If any activities going on.
I don't know. He was incompetent to stay on trial, and then he got okay again. So I don't know how that works.
The Freedom Card, and the last time she used the Freedom Card in Belgrade, it doesn't have.
Like, I don't know if anybody would want to be boyfriends with someone who's not competent.
So then she switched to the other Chase, and then she got the JetBlue because she's like, hey, I want these 80,000 points. So that was the last sort of credit card conversation we had 6 weeks ago or something, 4 weeks ago.
Okay. When's the last time you checked the activity on these card accounts?
I had to check today because the Freedom was for a company I work with, Threshold, which is a sports car or mobility company. So they buy from their whatever the vendor, we put it on the credit card, and then they pay us back. So that's one of the. So I'm always checking the credit card.
Okay. Any suspicious activity on that?
No.
Any transactions you don't recognize?
There's nothing I don't recognize. No.
Okay. As far as travel, has Anna done any like domestic travel in the United States in the past year or two, like anywhere?
It's been DCA to Boston, and then I forget if she went to Chicago or New York. She went to Chicago to meet some of the head brass at Titian Spire. Then she went to Belgrade, and that was it. No, she was complaining about travel since my problem, so we were looking to do something at some point.
So Chicago for work.
Yeah.
What was the destination that she really wanted to go to?
Oh, Japan. She kept saying, "Why don't we take her to Japan?" I said, "Yeah, absolutely." It
It's
was
on my list.
I had done a lot of business there years ago. I said, "It's good." She loves the Japanese food, so.
I don't know what keeps dinging. It's driving me nuts. It's got to be someone's phone at his house during these interviews.
Have a family plan, or you had a family?
Okay, so we have a family plan. When she got the job at Titian Spire, she's like, trying to decide what to do. She's like, well, she wanted to take her phone over, so she ported it over, and then she left the family plan that we had.
So you have no access to like her.
I
no
no,
records, right?
no, but Titian Spire was, right? So,
Yeah, well, that's.
you know, I thought you had the phone number.
We've been talking with them, but they're a big company, so getting information from the bigger
Oh,
companies.
really?
So, yeah.
Oh, I thought they were just handed right over.
They always have corporate attorneys.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
yeah, if she was on the family, I mean, I'm so upset. If she was on the family plan, I could just hand it right over to the guy right now. Yeah, all the
again.
phones, mother, my uncle, her brother, me, and all on it, so.
Okay.
Anna was married in France.
She was, yes.
And what's the relationship like with her?
They don't talk anymore.
How long ago was that marriage?
I guess she got. She must have gotten divorced in 2012. And it was only like the last 3 years or so.
So they don't have, to your knowledge, or? They
I keep asking, because, Marjorie, like, we won't talk to her. They were talking a little bit, but once we started having kids, that was it.
What do you mean? I'm sorry, you said you keep asking what?
I said, said, if you want to talk to Mark, it's been a long time, we had a good relationship. I mean, it wasn't a bad person, just didn't bring her out, so. But she said that every time she's reached out to him, he hasn't gotten back in touch with her. But he lives in DC.
Well,
That's where they met.
he's not in custody. He's in his house.
Mark Knight.
They don't even have to read him his rights.
K-N-I-P-T.
He's not in custody.
One of the chase cars.
So none of this is even,
is under her.
it doesn't matter.
We don't use that one, that's the first one she got with him, but that, she never changed her name from, so it's on the the car.
Like, a good defense attorney can just get all this
We haven't used it, there was
tossed.
$229 credit on it.
But he didn't, obviously. But I'm just saying. I wouldn't, but this guy apparently isn't very bright.
I mean, there's been times she only had $50, but they're like, she had $10,000 when she came back from
Yeah.
surgery. She brought
An attorney wouldn't let him.
a lawyer who's Serbian, who lives in, who went there, lives in, what's the, I'm sorry, it's by the water, near Boston, Winthrop. So he lives in Winthrop, so we took it over. So that would be a lot of money for her, but she has had it, 2,000 to 5,000 at times. But her personal use? No, she just like cared if we had cash from Fresh Bowls, or if there was some money I could give to put it, but then she would forget. So then there were times when she'd be carrying a lot of cash. But I don't know if she had a lot of cash on her this time. I don't feel for the moment. So, but there are times where I said to me, "Why don't you only have $50?" But she always dresses like she had it all.
There was no financial trouble, nothing like that.
No, actually, we're doing better than ever right now. We're facing restitution charges, but the new job and where the real estate has worked out, we're really in good shape.
Did you guys have any arguments or anything on New Year's Eve?
No.
New Year's Day before she left?
No, I wasn't enough time on New Year's Day to have an
But
argument.
asking for an attorney would also make him look guilty.
We were excited, what she wrote, Peter.
Or saying, I won't talk to you without my
It
attorney.
was very positive, and Jen was here, and it was, it was exciting. Like 2022 was a hard year, but 2022 is going to be the best ever. And she was like, and it's just not, they are at all.
You remember the Ramseys did that in the John Bonet.
Made arguments in the past, anything like that?
So the biggest, and yes, I mean, beyond integrity, so we haven't arguments, but we're very aligned with almost everything that we do. We really have a lot of the same tastes, and ultimately we defer to each other with what the other person's good at. But the biggest argument we had in 2022 was when she had to go to Belgrade for 2 weeks, and that was the 2 weeks of vacation. I was like, I don't know if you could use you here, boys, for 2 weeks, so I have to go to Belgrade. So, yeah, that was our biggest argument. And I couldn't get in touch with her, my mother wanted me. I couldn't get in touch with her for the first few days in Belgrade because the phone didn't have international. So I was upset about that. So that was the only other time this year that I didn't have, contact with her daily.
So you normally have daily contact with them?
Yeah, more than once.
What's the longest you come no contact?
The 3 days in Belgrade, and there was the last week or December, there's some points in December where there was like 24-hour gaps, which was really.
Are his attorneys appointed?
When she was supposed to be here and she wasn't, and I was like, I'm gonna file some person report, you're missing, where are you? But like 24 hours, 36 hours would be a lot of time. But I was making a big deal out of it over the last couple of months, and everyone told me to relax about it. And then I did, so I feel pretty good right now.
When you guys did communicate, what was the conversation like?
What?
Just any time, like during the last couple months when she's been traveling.
Oh yeah.
Work.
I mean, well, yeah, it's been like, she always says, hey, hello, and this is what I'm doing today. I said, oh, the boys are off. Sometimes I would She'll send photos of the kids, she would send me photos of what she's doing, we'd have a recap, anyway, at night I'd be like, oh, I'm tired, the kids are driving me crazy, she's like, oh, there's no food because I do all the cooking normally, so I was like, I'm gonna go to Cabo to get something to eat, and, you know, it's just a recap, because normal as if we were together. Yeah, as if we were together without being in person. But there were some nights, that I remember December, like, 23rd, 4th, 2nd, 1st, we didn't have.
Those poor
we had those
kids.
calls because I think I'd been sick and she was tired, so we go to bed. Kids sometimes I go to bed, like, if you guys not coming, so we go to bed. I didn't sleep well last night, so I was gonna try to get some sleep tonight. So it's not uncommon for us to go to bed very early.
What is wrong with
Any
people?
mental health issues at all with Anna? Does she have any indicators to you that something is amiss there, or any diagnosis?
No, and not for me. My mother might have a different opinion, certainly, but yeah, she's like that. Well, I guess probably pushing. So we're not pushing, and not a mental problem. Yeah, sorry. No, I mean, probably. I really couldn't think of anything. I mean, she'd never, thought about psychiatry or even discussed it until recently.
Has she ever been violent or anything like that?
No.
Have you guys ever had a physical confrontation?
No. None of that stuff.
It's for us coming in here. It's tough because we obviously want to find out as quickly as possible. We don't know her, and
Yeah.
Why can he pay
there's
him?
many common reasons why.
What do you do with all that money he stole?
I'm trying to get the answers to those questions.
Well, please
as
feel
best we can.
feel free to ask any questions that you have. Don't worry about moving with that. I understand that you're here to find Anna and you're working for her.
Well, all right. I mean, one of the reasons someone goes missing is because they were abused or injured or assaulted. Did you do anything to hurt your wife?
No, sir. I wouldn't hurt my wife. I mean, I love my wife. All we want is to have her back. This family doesn't work without her. I mean, we can't.
You know what? Someone that loves their wife, they find them dead, they call 911.
Physical fight? Nothing like that before?
No, not at all.
I mean, so there's no mental health, there's no financial problem, there's no extramarital affairs, there's no physical abuse. The only stress I'm hearing right now is the work,
Being separated.
separation,
Yeah.
depression from the combination of those two.
Yeah. Also, her mother being ill, she had a major neurological event last year, and that's why she had to go to Belgrade. So we got pressure from that. My mother has had some health problems. So, and then the kids, it all adds up. I mean, I want you to know, up until looking at it now, it's nothing compared to this. But it seemed like a lot a week ago. Being apart, the mother's not doing well, the legal problems, the kids growing and you're worried about all of those things seemed like a lot.
To you or to her?
I think we discussed them both. Like I was like overwhelmed by the 3 children and she was missing. It was a really bad situation. We discussed splitting them up. Like Tom would go with her and then he wants to split the kids up. So why could they all the kids? And I was like, how is that going to be for your job there? I mean, we did not have a good solution. I mean, up until, it felt untenable until right now. I'll go back to that moment. It would be very easy for me to work out because I still have my partner would be there right now. To work it out.
Where would you go to look for her? If you could go anywhere right now, where do you go to look for her? You have a favorite place? You have,
We Miguel and everyone, we were exhausted. We all the hotels and the hospitals. And a favorite restaurant in
9 months?
near the house. There were investigators waiting there all day, looking at people or something like that. So maybe should go there, but I don't know.
Oh my
Anna was
God, thank
not
you so much. I didn't
someone who
know
would
I
just want to
had
like,
members
you
for
know,
9 months
go
already.
and she was adventurous, but not that adventurous. When she had a layover in, she had a layover in Frankfurt, I think, and I told her
Thank
that
you, Robbie.
her flight was delayed, so I said, go into town. You know, I don't know. She's not someone who would want to do it by herself. That would be, she would always want to do it with me, or at
Well,
least
you
someone
would
else.
think so, but you know
I
things
think
don't
it's
always work
probably
out
me,
that
but
way.
obviously, but it wouldn't be something, she would just go off
I
on
can't
her
believe
own,
I've had
you know,
members
my
for 9
colleagues, and we
months.
travel together,
Wow.
so same community and things like that, so that was not my experience in Lana.
And this tough week last week, you know, I think it rises to the level of wanting to hurt herself or anything like that.
I just can't, I mean, I personally can't imagine that. But she did, I mean, I remember, I talked to Alyssa about it today, where she was a friend of Carrie Westbrook, and I guess she was going to go see her. They've been good, they came up at the end of Washington together. I don't know what happened, she was trying to get there, but SIM card broke, and she was exhausted, not feeling well. I saw her, she was on FaceTime with private because the SIM card was broken. And I was like, you know, I guess maybe I was complaining about some stuff, and she's like, hey, you're breaking, not doing very well. It's the first time she's ever said that. I say that all the time, I'm not doing well, but it was the first time she ever said that to me. So that was new, and Jen said that she seemed different, but I mean, the extent that you're talking about, to this extent, is, you know, this is just unbelievable.
Was that before or after Christmas?
It was before Christmas. No, SIM card went down after Christmas because she got in touch with me very quickly, so it wouldn't leak out.
Well, I know you said you're willing to, you know, do whatever you can to help the investigation. You know, we thank you for that. And, you know, part of that I think is trying to understand Ana. And I think if you would allow us to look through your phone and consent to us downloading your phone and seeing some of the communications between you and her and like her tone and you said in the interview that she said that she may have used your phone occasionally to receive stuff.
Yeah.
I think it'll help us really create a permanent timeline of the events of the 1st and the 31st and the 1st, and maybe get a better insight into Ana. Is that something you'd be okay with?
Just to be clear, you want to download like everything on your phone?
We will download, with the extraction, we'll download all the contents to your phone, yes.
Oh, that's a lot.
What we're focusing on though is, what we're interested in, yes, download everything, but we're interested in looking at Ana and finding information specifically in there that would help us do that. The Ana specific content.
That's a huge amount of personal information, gentlemen.
It's a big ask, but there's a lot on the line.
No, there is a lot.
You know what I mean?
What's your concern?
I don't know.
Are there other legal issues?
That's one of them. I guess my request would be, I'm willing to do anything, but my only request would be like, because Tracy might have called me today about what's going on, and
Who's that?
Tracy might was representing me on all of the issues.
Okay.
So she said, before you do anything like this, you have to talk to me. I want to do everything I can to support this 100%, but I gotta call her about it.
She said before you do anything, like turn over the phone or anything?
No, like before you do anything else. I mean, you know, she always wants to be here to talk to her. Unfortunately, I said, well, I'm going to talk to them and give them money that they want. I have to ask her quickly about that. I'm sure it would be fine, or she might say, hey, can we just do the information that you're asking for?
Well, that's all we would be interested in. We'd be interested in your communication with Ana and dates of, you know, the 31st and the 1st of present. We're not interested in your other tasks.
No, I understand.
And, you know, that, instead of believing that you know, that you're represented by counsel in that matter, I don't, you know, I'm not legal, despite being a police officer, I'm not a legal expert, but talk to your attorney, but I believe that require a search warrant for that stuff to be used against you, you know, and that's not what we're looking to even.
How long would it take for you to download it?
it would take, once we hook it up to the machine, which is in Canton, it would take, depending on how many gigabytes a day it is a lot.
Did he just say the machine was in Canton?
Uh,
Did he just say the machine was in Canton?
I don't know, it could be 30 minutes, 30 to an hour.
Okay, so now it's telling
That's
us
about an hour to download. Yeah. I mean, I think it would be useful to our investigation. I think it would be
Okay.
helpful if
All right, well, I want you to know that I'm absolutely, that is my intention.
Sure.
And my only request is just talk to Tracy and let her know that that's what I want to do. At least let her give me what my risk exposure would be in life.
Right, just so you're aware, if any case of mind, we don't have a plan, we're not investigating a crime, this is a missing person.
No, I understand.
We're here at a community care sanctuary function.
No,
Just so we're abundantly clear.
It's funny how I can't hear very well, but when he said Canton,
I want you to know I'm not going to, I'll be very quick with it. And if Tracy and I can talk in the morning, then we'll do the process. I'll just give you the phone, or I will come to Canton, or I need to be away from, I do a lot of work on the phone as well. It's the,
well, we can come get it, and we can actually do it here.
Yeah.
oh, really?
We have a portable device.
Okay.
Just bring it here and do a download. Guy who works in my office that does it efficiently. I can send him over.
Okay, great. So, will you guys, will the gentleman, honor my request to give me a moment to talk to Tracy about it?
No one's taking your phone from you.
No. I even know, but I don't, I'm only interested in finding out, and I don't care what it takes. But, I just have to make sure that,
don't give it to Proctor. He'll be looking for nudes. I'm sorry, it's too easy.
I do apologize, but, I most likely will be able to do that, and I'll be able to do
Is that normal?
and that is my.
I don't know. I don't know about snow. Is that normal?
What possessions do we know that Anna had on her person? What's in her wallet? Like, we know she had a wallet. She didn't bring her sunglasses.
She has a ring and her wedding band, which is diamonds.
Okay.
So she's got the engagement ring with the wedding band, and then she has, I think she bought some, she had a ring and a necklace that matched that she bought in Serbia. Then she had her luggage, Louis Vuitton, Prada, and she had a Prada bag, or usually a Prada bag, and then, what else did she have? She was either a Rolex or Hermes watch, and
Rolex or what?
Hermes.
Hey, well, it snowed in Florida last year, so maybe new normal.
She would have, she had some small diamond earrings.
She was wearing all this when she left.
I think she had the, I forget if she had the Rolex or the Hermes, but it was the Hermes watch she had.
I think global warming's a misnomer.
Yeah, so because everything's at Washington DC.
What's in Washington?
All of our stuff is in Washington DC, is like 2% of the stuff.
But this stuff here came with her.
Yeah, it's all this came with it.
It's just a short black jacket, is that right?
Yeah.
But you don't know what kind of pants or she was wearing?
I'm not sure. And the 100 boots is weird. Normally she wears leather boots, like Prada boots or something she wears. So that was I agree with whether I guess the weather wasn't good or he was there.
Does she leave any belongings here, like toiletries, any?
Yeah, she's got a couple things in the up in the bathroom that's mixed with all of our stuff, and then she has pajamas and there's underwear and different clothing. She's got a drawer over in. Remember when I took you upstairs and there was Brian's room?
Yep.
Yeah, one of the drawers there, she's got all of her clothing.
Okay.
But, so she has enough clothing to last for a day or two, and then she has, and then she brings some stuff, so.
Okay.
Have you had conversations with Thomas about what exactly you saw that morning?
He did. It's all, you know, it was 6-year-old guys.
What do you got, buddy?
Did you make some? Oh, did you just make some art? Oh, that's so nice.
What do we have?
We are. You want to explain it?
Okay with you? Oh, yeah. Shows us this. I asked Thomas some questions.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, well, no, it's
I like this.
not bad for some. Better than I could do. Oh, there's other things on now. So.
That's so sad. The kids don't even realize anything's wrong.
And Thomas, when there's action, he loves it. So
Because their mom's gone so much.
Came down, and then said, "I gotta go." And then one of the things, "I love you. I love you, see you soon." And then she left. And first he said she went to a taxi, and then I said, "Was the car up here?" And he said, "No, it was all the way down there." So I said, "You didn't see the car?" He said, "No." And I was like, "Okay." And then I was like, "So yeah."
It's pretty much what I want to ask him. Exactly.
Yeah. So it's yeah.
See if we get the same answer.
Yeah, of course. So
It's odd vehicle that she got into, that obviously super helpful. You know, doesn't sound like he did, but we'll ask him again.
yeah, and he kept saying it was a taxi, and I was like,
But,
but I just
I know you mentioned. Well, I can't-
Hey, girl!
Take Uber or Lyft?
normally it's Uber, but she has Lyft.
Yeah, I don't know why it works sometimes and sometimes it doesn't.
I called John's Taxi or something several times. I forget what it was, but I pulled it up and I would call and I would call in the mornings and I didn't book it on time. It's very hard to get it in like 5 in the
But there
morning.
wasn't a redirect for the afternoon.
How did you normally get to the airport?
Yeah, Uber, yeah. Did you guys get in touch with Uber?
That is one of the people that are getting back to us.
Because we've called as well, and they are like not. Because I said it's they said I'm sorry, I can't do that. But that's like Jen and Della are like, well, we just have to find out when the Uber took her. And I was like, that would be helpful, yeah.
And that was under her name, like,
Absolutely, yeah.
not a business account or anything like
No,
that.
all of the apps and stuff were under.
It would be under like her.
Oh, Tissue Spire?
There was a redirect from
Oh, no, I don't think so.
Trials of the Past
The
to
last
the
thing
morning.
was that credit card.
It's a pain to change names over in all your accounts, so sometimes you just leave it alone, you know?
Yeah, well, when we met, she did Church and Nip, and then when we got married, she did Church and Nip and Walsh. But I don't think there's
Which
anything-
didn't work for me today.
Maybe in Belgrade.
I never know.
Actually,
YouTube be YouTubing.
Okay.
She's Serbian.
She does, yeah.
She has US also.
Yes, yes.
Where does she keep the Serbian passport? Or does she carry it around with her?
Yeah, she does. Normally she has a U.S. passport with her. She carries her, like the Serbian passport.
Wait, she has a Serbian passport?
It's not useful. They won't here in the United States.
I'm just gonna sneak in there if they're asking.
Does she have dual citizenship?
I just wanna see if they're asking.
What's he working on? It's drawing here.
We have to ask
Can
him.
you decipher for me?
No.
I don't have kids, so I can't translate the drawings.
Well, he's doing some math for us,
Yeah.
and he's got the happy face and the heart. But then he's got his spooky movie stuff over there.
Okay.
And then the colorful heart is new to me. Actually, no, it's not true. He enjoys he was doing a colorful rainbow before, but now he's doing a colorful heart. So the kids have no idea what's going on over there. Having a grand old time with all of this. They're so used to it the last 69 or 89 months now, Mommy comes and goes.
Yes.
She's like, hey, I'll talk to you later. Okay, see you soon. Bring chocolate.
What's your schedule like tomorrow?
Pretty good. What would you require or request?
Well, we would like to talk to the kids, but we have trained professional who just interviews kids. It's not a police officer. It's just like a civilian that works with the DA's office, and it's not at a police station. And it's actually at a very nice house in Foxborough near Gillette Stadium.
It's not too far from here, right?
Well, it's probably a 45 minute.
Got it.
So it's actually right behind Gillette Stadium on North
Peyton Road.
Yes, that's it.
Peyton Road.
But it's right behind Gillette generally. And it's a good setup. It's actually like just a couple of couches and chairs and toys.
When you want to talk to Brian Hamlin?
Just bring the kids. Well, obviously the 2-year-old is 3-year-old, right? Yeah, she was not speaking, I'm guessing, much.
Some words, but William doesn't speak that. I mean, he speaks a little bit. I mean, he's like, I forgot about the phone, so.
I think you can bring all the kids and plenty of toys for them to play with, and then we'll see if we're just gonna have the person ask them questions about mom, and last time, recent conversations they can remember with her, and that's pretty much it.
That's fine.
And it's really kind of a nice, casual, comfortable setting for children. It's specifically designed for that. We actually use it for like children who are victims and stuff like that. It's really easy going, and you'll see, and when you sit down before anyone talks to anyone, you'll see for yourself the situation. If you can get, I think we can get the kids in tomorrow.
What time?
I don't know what time yet,
Okay.
but we can call you in the morning.
Yeah, I gotta just, we normally I take him to school, so, I'll certainly be willing to organize that, and I'll talk to Tracy about the phone, and maybe give you all the way tomorrow.
That's actually, that would be convenient. We could just,
Well, I mean, we don't have extra time, I'm in urgency, so.
yeah, yeah, I mean, what time you're up, about 7 in the morning, you said?
Unfortunately.
That's what time my house gets up to.
Yeah, no, right, how old are your children?
1.5 and 4.
Okay, yeah, so, yeah, the 4-year-old, is starting to give you feedback, right?
Oh, yeah, he's fresh. Let me see if I can get time here.
Yeah, it's usually a really nice woman does the questions, it's just a conversation.
It's fine, if anything that you feel is going to help, I'm willing to do, that's what you need to know.
We're trying every avenue here.
I appreciate that, yeah.
Usually, we just need one little bit and then we can run through it.
All right, great.
So typically, something will jump out, what I mean?
Okay, I love that. Tom's gonna have the time of his life.
You won't have a problem talking,
Yeah.
I can tell.
I guess there's no one scheduled to be in there tomorrow, as far as like children being interviewed, so it's probably wide open.
Okay.
Just gotta see what time the counselor is available to be there. I'm guessing they'll probably be pretty flexible, but like you said, rather get it done. Time is of the essence. We
Well,
want
I mean,
everything done as possible.
waiting till Monday makes no sense at this point, we have no time.
No, it doesn't. So we can talk in the morning and confirm. I'll try to get you like a tentative time. Well, we can just plan on it. I think we can tentatively would like 10 o'clock work.
So I believe you're at 9, most likely, right?
You have plenty of time if you look at the time.
Okay.
Plenty of time.
Oh, hi, William. Oh, yeah. Say hello?
Hey, buddy.
Say hello? Yeah. Your iPad? Yeah, I'm gonna help you find it, okay? Okay. That made a terrible mistake of giving an iPad at a young age, and now that's ruined everyone's life. Remember when they didn't have electronics in bed when we were younger?
up and there, hopefully we can set something up.
Any other?
Trying to think, anything else you want to add before we terminate the recording?
I'm trying to think, is there any part of the house that we didn't consider looking at, or did she leave anything behind? Like any?
No, but if you guys want to take another look, I mean, certainly open to that. If that's supportive, I know, I know you got to look everywhere.
Right.
Your job, I'm not, it's neutral, so don't worry.
We got a new set of eyes, so I like to just check the box.
Yeah, hang on. I love that, yeah.
Is there an attic?
Yes, there is.
Okay, so we didn't hit the attic
No,
last time,
right.
so we definitely want to do that.
Yeah, okay, it's not one that you can, like, walk around. And,
Right.
we tried that and I broke the ceiling, I haven't fixed it yet.
10 o'clock, anytime Kristen is the name of the council, that'll be there tomorrow, and I guess anytime works. So 10 o'clock sounds okay to you, 10:30 or?
How long is the session going to be? Because that's an important distinction.
Yeah, it is. I mean, they can go a long time, but
Like an hour?
those are, the long ones are when we're actually have like a specific incident or a crime to actually dive into. In this instance, it's gonna be like, more of just like a conversation and, how's mom, and their sense of how mom is and stuff like that, I guess, So I think it's gonna be, I guess my answer is, I don't think it's gonna be terribly long.
Well, do you think it'll be more or less than an hour?
For both of them, I would say an hour.
Okay, so it's an hour, well, it's too late.
Did you have to get back or something?
I'm just trying to figure out, the timing. I think 10 would probably work out just fine, so.
Okay, so let's plan on 10 o'clock. I'll get you the address before we leave. And we'll plan on that. We'll talk in the morning.
That's fine. Okay. Yeah.
All right, so you don't mind if we just take?
No,
I haven't been here before.
Yeah. Sure, no problem.
Yeah, do you want me to, I'll knock this out.
Yeah.
All right, it is, 20:53, Thursday, January 5, 2023, showing off report.
Sergeant, I'd like to ask some questions about January 5. After that, well, actually, there's people talking in the other room. Who are they?
The people talking on that table?
No, there's conversations going on behind you, it sounds like. What's going on there?
Detective Lieutenant Lopes and Sergeant Buchanan are interviewing the defendant's mother, Ana Walshe.
And after the interview, did you have the opportunity to walk around the residence again?
Yes.
What did you see in the attic?
I went in the attic. The attic's unfinished. There's insulation and exposed floor joists.
But nothing else in there?
Correct.
Did you go back down the basement?
Yes.
What did you see in the basement?
If you go down the steps, to the right is utilities. If you go left, there's like a refrigerator. There's some storage boxes, some trash bags, some cleaning equipment.
Did you do anything with the trash bags?
I kind of manipulated the bag from the outside.
And what did you notice?
I felt like there was a carpet sample or a piece of a rug inside of one.
Did you open the bags?
I did not.
Did you have the opportunity to go outside again?
Yes.
What did you do outside?
We checked the shed, the backyard, walked around the property again.
And did you do anything with the pool?
We shined our flashlights into the pool again, but it was looked at with the floodlights the night prior.
Now, what about vehicles that night? Did you look at any vehicles?
We looked at the Volvo again.
And what did you do to look at the Volvo?
We went through it more thoroughly.
And did anyone give you permission?
Yes.
Who?
The defendant.
And what did you find in the Volvo?
In the Volvo was a receipt and a cell phone.
And did you ask the defendant about the cell phone?
Yes.
And what did he say about the cell phone?
It was the eldest son's cell phone.
And the receipt, where was the receipt from?
Lowe's.
Was there a date on it?
January 4th,
And do you know which Lowe's?
Weymouth Lowe's.
Now, on January 5th, besides this interview that's recorded, did you have any other conversations with Mr. Walsh?
Yes, we spoke on the phone a few times earlier that day.
Well, let me ask you, when was the first time you spoke to him that day?
Just before 9 a.m. on that Thursday.
And do you remember the substance of that conversation?
Just let him know that we were working on the investigation and we would be in touch.
It's too easy,
And
isn't
when
it,
was the next time
Judy?
you spoke to him?
About 3:45 p.m.
And
Low-hanging fruit.
what did you talk about in that conversation?
I had called him and left a message. He called right back, and he asked about media and a PR person. And I had asked about if Ana carried large sums of cash on her, and he said sometimes yes, sometimes no.
What did he ask about a PR person?
He asked if he should get a PR person or talk to the media.
What did you say?
I said that he's free to talk to the media, although I don't recommend it.
Now, how long were you at the Walsh residence that night with the state police?
About 8 p.m. to 10:30 p.m.
And what did you do after you left the Walsh residence?
We all went back to the Cohasset Police Station.
What did you do at the Cohasset Police Station?
We began digging into the financial institutions, but given the hour, they were closed and it was tough to get a hold of any record keepers.
So I take it now we're getting into January 6th.
Yes.
What did you do on January 6th as far as this investigation?
A large-scale search ensued. We brought in command posts and we established a staging area.
Who brought in command posts?
The Metro-Elect command post was present and the Mass State Police command post.
Where were they set up?
Behind Stop and Shop at 400 Chief Justice Cushing Highway.
And how was the large-scale search done of the area?
There were canines, there was the Metro search and rescue team, and the State Police CERT team conducting an area search of that wooded area.
Now, was anything recovered in that search?
No.
Sir, what was done to try and find surveillance video in that area?
Neighborhood canvasses were conducted.
And how'd you do that?
We requested assistance from neighboring agencies, their detectives, to come in. We'd pair a detective with a trooper, and they go around checking residents and businesses for any sort of security footage.
What was done as far as press conferences on the 6th?
My Chief Quigley, gave a press conference on that Friday.
Now, did you have the opportunity to speak to any people as far as witnesses on the 6th?
Yes.
Who'd you speak to?
Jem Mutlu,
And where did that conversation take place?
the Cohasset Police Station.
And who was with you when that conversation took place?
Trooper DeChico.
And that day on the 6th, what was done as far as obtaining any digital devices from the defendant?
We collected on consent some digital devices.
And who went there to get those, if you know?
Lieutenant Fanning,
From what department?
Mass State Police.
And
Like PTSD
Now,
every time I
sir-
hear one of these names I recognize.
when is it the next time you had the opportunity to speak to Mr. Walsh? After the interview on the 5th?
I spoke to him on the phone Friday.
The 6th?
Yes.
And after that conversation, did you ever speak to him again?
Saturday
Saturday. And where did that conversation take place?
at the same dining room table in his home.
And who was present for that conversation?
Myself, Trooper DeChico, Trooper Proctor, Attorney Minor, and the defendant.
And about what time did that conversation begin on the 6th?
About 2 p.m.
Was anything returned to him on the 6th?
The digital devices that we had on consent.
And were you present for that?
Yes.
Now, have you had the opportunity to review the statement from January 7th?
Yes,
And does it fairly and accurately reflect the defendant's statements?
it does.
Your Honor, the Commonwealth would seek to have marked as Exhibit 55 the next drive that has the interview from January 7th.
Any new objections?
Same objection.
All right, they're acknowledged. The audio from 1/7/23 is now marked in evidence as Exhibit 55. Thank you.
Your Honor, with the court's permission, may I begin playing Exhibit 55?
Yes.
Thank you. Ms.
You
Gilman?
went out the door and turned around and came right back inside the house.
The recorder is on. It is 13:52 on 7th, 2023. My name is Harrison Schmidt. I'm a detective with Cohasset Police. Present is
Dave DiCicco, I'm a DICICCO.
Roger Piero,
Went back in.
CCOR, Detective with Norfolk County DA's office.
Tracy Minor, attorney for Brian Walshe.
And I'm Ana Walshe.
perfect. Thank you.
And we've agreed that I get a copy of the report.
Absolutely. Not a problem.
We were just talking about social media emails and passwords that Ana may use. And so staying on that topic, let's just try to go through all methods of communication that you know Ana uses. But you know she has a cell phone. Within that cell phone, applications that she uses to communicate, I know of Viber. And does that generate a separate phone number, or is that just within networks like texting, like WhatsApp?
Yeah, it's, so she's used WhatsApp as well, but Viber is how she gets in touch with her sister mostly. But she used it a lot when she was in Belgrade.
Did she have any applications on her phone that generate a secondary telephone number?
Why can I not hear all of a sudden?
No.
Did she make any calls to
Instagram, she might use Instagram. I don't know much about that. And the iMessenger stuff has been people calling her on that. It's been coming on my phone over the last week, so.
And password for Instagram?
Those are the passwords that we use for stuff for banking. So I don't know if she uses it for that or not.
And Bayograph is B,
Okay.
one.
I use it back.
Right. She usually uses that for accounts that we were, like, that she wanted to get me on. So, like, the credit cards. So, maybe the bank accounts, I don't really ever look at the bank accounts, but Netflix and things like that.
Back to any other methods of communication? Well, Facebook, for example, do you have access to?
I don't think I have access to that. She whatever she put in my phone is what I had. But Facebook, Instagram, are the ones I do. Email, text, and phone calls. I mean, Venmo. I don't know if that's it. Yeah. Right. So Venmo would be something.
With regard to the financials, we had talked about, we gave us a list of 5 banking institutions that you guys use. If I remember correctly, it was Fidelity, Chase, Apple Credit Union, Marblehead,
Liberty Bay. Yeah, Grand Union, Liberty Bay. Liberty Bay is a credit union or something. And they have they have one of their locations right here in Hingham. Or is that the credit unions in Virginia?
Is it Liberty Day or Liberty Bank?
Liberty Bay, yeah.
Didn't she recently open an account in DC?
I think she's using her Apple Credit Union.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about Capital One?
No, I had a credit card from Capital One.
You wouldn't have access to
No,
that?
definitely. No, not for that one. No.
funds, anything else from the move?
The money that was moved from the sale of the house to that escrow or 1031 exchange.
Yeah.
I think what else? I mean,
And where is that account in escrow? Or just circling back to that one?
Yeah.
But I think you said, what was that, about 4 million?
yeah, so 200,000 or more.
And is that, those are proceeds from the sale of the Rear Street?
Yeah, yes, December 20.
December 29th is when the sale actually closed.
That's when the money hit, yeah.
And, what is the property that exchange is slated to go into?
Well, there wasn't anything chosen yet. There was possibilities in Baltimore, but there's also, talk about something here in Massachusetts.
Okay.
But Baltimore, I think, was the main focus.
You guys haven't pulled the.
No, there has been
decided,
nothing.
And, you have a couple other properties in there?
Two in the main, none in Revere.
Excuse me. Yeah, Rear Street there. Okay. And any other, assets?
There's what's in Belgrade. There's a condo there and probably a small bank account that her and her mother share.
That would be like, account, bank, delivery.
Yeah.
Is the condo in Belgrade in her name, or is her
It's in
mom's?
mom's name. Then they also have a piece of property across that her and her sister own.
Which one is that?
There's a piece of property across from the condo in Belgrade that her and her sister inherited from her father. And then there's her, it doesn't sound like she went international, but then there's the country house, which is about 45 minutes out of Belgrade. That's in her mother's name. It was never in her father's name.
And these are all, the assets we talked about in the U.S., those are all joint used in, correct?
Well, everything's in her name.
Well, in
Yeah.
transfer our name, but, all right. Fair enough. Is there any, business dealings? Pursuing on her life without your,
Without my knowledge?
well, without your knowledge, you wouldn't know, without your, like, input, so to speak, like she's kind of like, this is my project, I'm doing this, that sort of thing,
Yeah.
I'll handle this.
No, that's not how our marriage works at all. If she was doing something like that, then I would have zero information about it. We talked about everything, when she was looking for the dog, she was looking for a new car, all these things.
So her business life, obviously, expire and then this real estate investment will go away with it. That's all right.
Only my company, the Lens company. Yeah, it's a cybersecurity training company, and that's a new company that I've been working on with my business partners. So that's what I do when I'm watching the kids and doing other stuff. So that's my main focus, and we've been building it up over the last 2 years.
Is that off the ground running?
It's off the ground running. It's not profitable yet, but we're looking to go cash flow positive this year.
Cybersecurity.
Training, yeah, human-based cybersecurity training. We work with a psychologist or a workplace psychologist who's my business partner as well, and we come in and train high-functioning teams like yourself in multi-team systems. Right now, you're reaching out to all sorts of different teams, and the ability to work cohesively with another high-functioning team is very important, especially for cybersecurity and for cybersecurity breaks. So, and it's all about incident response.
Any major financial losses with that?
No, not at all. No, in fact, we're looking to close a large deal with the UK government. We've got 5 or 6 possibilities, and we have a partner in the UK called QA, where they sell a lot of trainings to private and public companies over there. So it's been moving pretty quickly for a small startup. That's the main, that's the main focus, yeah.
There's a trading card business?
Yeah, there's the fresh food, but that's not really a focus. It's just, it's a mutual friend of Ana and I's who asked for support, and we've been, doing that over the last year or two, but looking to unwind out of that as fast as possible. Wasn't a business that I was terribly interested in, and I was happy to support Jesse, but also I don't see the financial benefits of that.
Is there a lot of investment on your end for that, or did they start that up?
Yeah, I mean, we helped them out with definitely a good amount of money, $50,000 or so dollars.
Place to recoup that money?
Yes,
Off in that business?
Yes, yeah, the focus is to recoup that and actually to reuse that money for restitution. Yes.
What was the investment with security?
Yeah, I can actually have the exact numbers on that. I guess it would be 90, so let's say $80,000 over 2 years.
That's on track.
We have a government contract now that's going to pay us $40,000 this year, and it's for over 5 years. So things go well, and then we got to close any of the UK deals. And once that happens, we would be cash flow positive. Both my partner's not taking any salaries out of those yet, though. So
Did you partner in the trading card business?
he's invested.
Dissolving?
No.
Dissolving? Or
No, I'm not partners. No. No, I'm just
You invested?
Yeah, it was a support system for him, and we're friends. So I saw opportunity during the pandemic. Things have really cooled off in that market, and that's why I'm looking to unwind, and hopefully he'll be able to. He got rid of one of his partners, and now he and someone else are going to run it themselves, and they're bringing on a couple other people. Just just wasn't for me. He's invested over $100,000 in the business, and he hasn't taken any money or salary for the last 18 months, and he's looking to make another investment in the business possibly.
No idea. Trading card business.
Oh yeah, neither did I. They have some boxes like $10,000. It's kind of insane.
So is the plan for new partners, new investment partners is that how you're going to recoup your 50?
Unclear at this time, excuse me, but he is bringing on someone who's got a huge amount of inventory, which is what they didn't have, and that's going to, off the sales of that, I could recoup my money, definitely.
We brought up the restitution.
Yes.
What is the timetable for that to be resolved? What's going on?
We don't have a timetable.
They don't give
That's why
I have been pressing to get as much paid as possible, as soon as possible, but we don't have any deadlines.
So is the case of harvesting? How that works?
I would like as much restitution as possible to be paid prior to sentencing.
Yeah.
At sentencing, whatever money has not yet been paid, people have a time period to pay it, set by probation. It's usually 3 to 5 years, typical.
Okay.
But it's always beneficial, everybody, the defendant, to pay off things as quickly as possible. So that's always my goal, but there's no timetable imposed.
What's the total dollar amount of restitution that's settled? That's still a ballpark.
Ballpark 450,000.
Well, we've already paid, close to $200,000,
I'll never pay that much.
175.
That much. It's a little complicated because Brian's mother put up bail money of $75,000 that she has pledged towards restitution. So once he's sentenced, get that back, but she's not getting it back. It's going towards restitution, and I think you paid.
Oh, and 90, so 165. Yeah, and there's definitely $200,000 more.
Trying to clear picture of the financials.
Right, just so you know, Anna's main thing was like, when we come to DC. The reason why I couldn't was because it's not resolved. She was like, when you come to DC, then we'll just pay that bill. And I was like, it doesn't exactly work that way, so.
So the monitoring that we want to do is, didn't include fencing, obviously.
It was supposed to be, it would have been concluded in October. I think so.
Hingham Savings Bank and New Bank, is that something that you use for things or?
I went down to Cohasset town when we got here, and I opened up at the local bank. It's in, it was just one of the oldest bank in the United States or Massachusetts, and I thought, oh, this is great. I'll have a personal account there. I never used the Hingham Savings, but all the restitution money went in, and I took, so I put it all in there and wrote the check out. So that was the whole point of that. But Anna never did anything with that account. No access to it at all. I never it's been closed for a year.
Possibility that she had an account that you didn't know about? Would that surprise you?
It would surprise me. Yeah, it definitely would surprise me. But I mean, anything's possible. When she got the JetBlue card, she told me she was getting it. So.
Going back just to what Robert restitution and sentencing, is there a possibility that you're going to be incarcerated at all into this?
Possible.
Possible.
Yeah.
Still on the table.
Of 6 months.
Yeah.
But that has not, that's all been put under suspense because of this.
So that's also going to be going to.
Because
but-
it's one thing if Anna could take care of the kids for 3 months, for 6 months.
Yeah.
It's another thing if she can't.
But also, I mean, Anna and my mother both lost their minds. They were not having it. So.
The fact that you may.
Well,
for 6 months.
after all of this, because we've been apart for so long, she's like, why do we do all of this? Why do we struggle this much? I mean, the cost of this house and running the townhouse and all the traveling and not being together. I remember being very upset when I talked to her about it.
Did you guys discuss the plan for the kids if you were to go, say you were to go in for 6 months, like where would the kids go?
We've discussed the plan of the kids going to DC without me.
Yeah.
And we discussed that on September 1st, because we only got this house for 6 months.
Okay.
I had said, maybe that's not a good idea. I don't know how long I will be able to see you or the children. And you'll be all by yourself. There will not be a lot of support. But, we decided to do another 6 months here, which ends March 1st. Now, as we had a difficult holiday season because of, not being able to see each other and her mother's illness and having to go to Belgrade, take a vacation there and not here, I said, maybe it's time to send the kids and I'll get a smaller place and we'll have to figure it out. And she said, well, let's discuss it. We're supposed to discuss it, for the new year, and especially after the news that Tracy gave us a few days before, and also, what was Tracy going to say if I take it with the kids, and I try to do it with the kids, and I said, but I also said, you're exhausted without the kids. Think about what that's going to be like, having 3 boys at the house, and we only do a pond, so there was a lot up in the air. There's a huge amount of stress with that.
Yeah, that's a big life change. So what, got a lady over there in DC?
We were thinking of moving Robin. Robin is relatively new. We were going to ask her if that would work out. When she was in Serbia, she asked a few people if she was going to fly them in maybe. Her mother and my mother can no longer support the kids. They're just not in shape. They were a few years ago, and now it's just not possible. She's like, I can bring my mother in. I was like, your mother's never, she can't let us. Yeah. Well, I mean, they were watching, her mother did help us a few years ago with 2, but it just wasn't possible anymore, so, especially after her neurological incident last year, so.
So how did that conversation, where did that last? Where did you go?
Well, I left a message for her, and I was going to get more information from Tracy, and I was going to speak to Anna, and I'll just speak to my mother about it too. They both have a huge investment. Nothing had been decided, but that's where the thing was.
So I'd like to go back to first the day you left here. We really need to iron out what you did that day and a good timeline for you. I know that a previous couple interviews told us that I had left him about 6, and I think you said you got out at 7:30.
Yeah, a little after 7.
7:30 with breakfast. And
French toast, yeah.
that's his previous. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not she a kiss or anything.
Yeah, right.
Why don't we just start at when you got out of bed and you left it?
Yeah, of course. So we go get out of bed, and then because Brian wakes up, and then I came down. I didn't change in Brian because I had to go into William's room. So sometimes, like I said, I'm supposed to change in the morning. I don't always. And then William was still asleep in his room at the time when Brian was up. Brian likes to come down the stairs himself, so I got down, and then Thomas was already on the couch. They started wanting to leave early for work, and he's like, yeah, I already know, say goodbye. I was like, all right, French toast time. So Brian came down, I made the breakfast, and, emptied out, cleaned up after some of the stuff from last night's dinner, emptied out the dishwasher and that stuff. And then I went up to get William and bring him down for the breakfast. So then we had the breakfast, which is the kids love the French toast on days off. And then, was it coconut melon was, I think, what I put on for the kids. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there was that. The kids have their iPads too, as you know. There's a lot of new toys that we were playing with. So that was most of the morning. I didn't have the phone at the time. I think I emailed, I made sure it was in that. So Zach and Daniel, who are, we basically work, we're always in contact every day, so I wanted to know that my phone wasn't working in case something was coming across to let them know that I can only get emails on it and my mother. So those are the 3 emails I sent out. I was going to send out more, but I just didn't have time. But I figured the phone would show up. So Robin came in, and the kids were excited to see Robin. And then I got ready. I hadn't gotten ready at all. I showered and everything like that. So and I had time from 3 to 9 to leave the house, and it was to go see my mother. But I had to go out and get the milk and the juice and some other things. Mainly the milk was the reason why I went to Shaw's. And then I came back and set that up. So I left at 4 instead of leaving at 3. And then I drove up and saw my mother, and then a couple errands. CVS and Whole Foods is the main things that I remember. I talked to her, the usual stuff, made sure everything was going well, and then I drove back, and that was my main. That was the main thing. I think I got back, at 8 or something like that.
In your house the rest of the night?
Yeah, that's it. It's my times are pretty strict, so and I'm. You call that I'm 100% compliant on those.
Right. So when you first left the house at Shaw's?
Yeah, around a little after 3.
I think you went to Walgreens and the Walgreens after Shaw's?
I might have gone to Walgreens. I'm trying to think. I might have gotten some baseball cards for Thomas or something like that. Yeah, I only know about it because of the Fresh Pulls. Barnes and Noble is the place they get baseball cards too.
Okay. So you don't know if you have Walgreens?
I do go to Walgreens a lot when I'm next to Shaw's. Yeah, so I don't recall. I was pretty focused on making sure I had enough milk.
Okay. So then after that, you come home.
Yeah.
What do you do while you're here?
Oh, I just got the stuff in the fridge, and basically told Robin I was heading out. Checked on the boys and things like that, and then I was gone.
And direct you home?
Yes.
What was that address again?
330 Paradise Road.
You were in Paradise and what?
Swampscott.
Your condo.
What?
Your
Condos are fine, yes, sir.
That's private, because of some family in Swampscott?
It's at something called The Landing. It's like an apartment complex or something.
What unit is it?
1320.
Okay, so you were directed at Swampscott, what route did you drive up in?
It was a little difficult because I got lost because I didn't have the GPS.
Okay.
So it took a bit longer. I went the wrong way, and then I came probably. So what did I do? Because I noticed it was going 1A, I went at 1, and then I came across on 114 or something, and then was able to get up to what's it called, the Swampscott.
So it took longer than normal.
It took longer than normal, yeah.
How long do you estimate it took to get there?
Normally, I mean, with no traffic, you can make it in, maybe 60, 70 minutes, but I probably took I took over a little bit over 90 minutes, maybe. So I was probably there, I was there before 6, but after 5:30.
Okay. Where do you think you got lost?
I went on 1 instead of going on 1A, and I kept driving further than I had to.
And what did you do with the mom's house?
She didn't know that I was coming because I don't call in advance. So it took a while to get in. She's like, "Who is it?" She's always, she's like, I was like, "It's your son, supposed to be here." She's like, "You didn't call." I said, "I'm on the phone," and she opened the door, and then I came in, and then we just talked for a few minutes. I told her what was going on, and then I discussed if she, I forget if I brought stuff at the time, or I don't think so. I think I went back out and then brought some stuff from wherever she needed. A couple I forget what it is, but normally it's frozen foods that she likes. I don't have the exact name of it, and that's a couple things from CVS. She likes clean pads. Is usually she can't have enough gloves and clean pads and things like that since the pandemic.
Okay.
So much of this is irrelevant.
Mom to CVS, you think what
And then I was just in that area, that small town area.
Too many details.
Yes. Not that I can call out here to stop. Sometimes I go to Stop and Shop or what is it, Home Goods, but not this time around.
You probably wouldn't want to stop shopping at the home.
Well, they have the food. Also, the food for the dog is 25% more expensive at Whole Foods than it is at Stop and Shop. So yeah, so there are times where I would go to get stuff, and obviously Market Basket and things like that. So
you did some grocery shopping for your mom.
just a little bit, yeah. She does not require a huge amount. So
And back to mom's after CVS, Whole Foods, and then what, you said you remain there?
yeah, just a little bit. We just discussed things, and she was like, "What's going on?" And she actually, we discussed what Tracy had said. She's like, she basically said, "You have to get to DC with the family," was one of the takeaways, and that was the main thing.
I know.
When you ultimately get to DC, she's going with you?
Yes, she's coming with us. She's going to live in a separate residence. She's independent, but much closer right now. They're really struggling because she's been far away, and she's like, "I'm not moving, especially after the pandemic, and I'm certainly not moving temporarily." So that's why she didn't move down. She was
They
about to
don't
move
care.
down, but then,
You don't need to tell them every minute of every day what you do. They're trying to find your wife. You don't even sound concerned.
We were going to bring her to what's the place in Hingham, the Landmark, or the
I don't live down here.
Shipyard. There you go. Thanks.
There's condos and.
Yeah, I thought that would be good for her and close enough.
At this point, most people would be going, "Why are you asking these questions? Why are you in my house? Get out there and find my wife." He's not doing any of that. He's sitting there telling them every minute of every day. Stupid little details that don't even matter. He should be saying, get out there and find my wife. What are you doing here in my house? What are you doing to find my wife? I don't understand what he's doing. I don't understand how he thought he was going to get away with this.
Okay, so you guys, were there and.
I don't get it.
You stopped him on the way home?
No.
No gas stuff?
Oh,
Was this a plan?
I don't think so. I don't, I don't think so.
Okay.
Like, I get asked, I'm sorry, I'll have to check on that. I don't think I got gas.
You only pay for things with gas or credit card?
Yeah, I was about to say I usually pay for stuff in credit card, so if I did get gas, I'd know.
And credit card would be.
I use the Freedom card. Yeah, Chase Freedom.
Is that because that account that was joint?
That's a joint account, the Chase account's between on and I, yeah.
Okay,
He's lucky that the boys aren't missing her.
come directly home, and then, because that looked at me,
Because if she's not there all the time, the boys don't miss her. And that's the best part of this whole thing.
Yeah,
sounds about right.
yeah, it does sound about right.
Within those records, it has like a description of.
I don't know how he thinks he's going to get away with this.
Right.
Crazy.
What is that done? Is that done when you want to leave, you tell them?
Oh, no.
Here today, is that?
No. So, with Marlene, every Thursday I send her an email. If you go through my emails, you can kind of go through them.
Every
You go
Thursday
through all
he
of
sends
those.
someone an
And
email.
I
Oh
say,
my God.
so these are the requests for the week. This is what I'll be doing at this time. May I have permission to take, to school or whatever it is. Now, there are some other things that are constant, like taking the kids to school is all set up. Right, so I have to take school from Monday to Friday and stuff like that. So those I don't make requests for. The other things, like if I have to see Tracy in person, or see my probate lawyer, or support my mother, or take the kids to a game that's not, I make those requests in advance. If anything changes, I am able to ask about changes. They're supposed to be 72 hours in advance, though. So same day would have to be an emergency situation.
Okay. I think the particular trip that on Sunday, when you went to Swansboro, I think it was the description said mom drop off.
Yes, so I was supposed to take, because she was having cataract surgery, so she was coming over. Let's see what happened. So she was going to come over. I went and I picked her up, and I brought her back to the house. So she was, okay, so let me figure this out. We went on the 20th or something, or the 21st for her surgery. At that point, she couldn't do a lot, so she was at the house here, we're taking care of her. Then I drove her up, set her up at her place so that she could be comfortable away from the kids. She's unable to stay here for extended periods of time, and also so that and she likes to leave on, and I can have time alone as well. Then I went to pick her up and brought her back, and then she was going to stay until the 1st. She left early, and I said, I'll come up. And she's like, I have everything. And I said, okay, I'm all set for Sunday. I'll come up and make sure you're all set for the week, so that we're all, everything's good. I'm glad you're feeling better. So we didn't know how fast she recovered much quicker from this cataract surgery than the first one. So I went up to support her instead of drop her off, so that she made sure she had everything.
The day you did drop her off early, what was that?
No, her car was here because we brought her car in before her surgery, and then she's like, I can drive, I'm fine. She left on Thursday.
Okay. So you're here Sunday night. Here's the night you go out on Monday. Do you have any scheduled? I can't recall off the top of my head if you had.
I don't believe I had scheduled time on Monday. I probably took, I guess I did have a little bit of scheduled time to do things with the boys. And normally it's for school, but they didn't have it. So I took Thomas for, I remember taking Thomas for ice cream or something like that. So, to mix it up a little bit. What was the other thing? I think that was it. I think that was the only time I left. I don't remember leaving in the morning.
So you said you could Thomas and the other boys stayed here.
Other boys stayed here for a while.
What time she over?
I don't remember. I think I had her come over pretty early because Ana had left, and at the time I didn't have the phone. If you look at the text messages, she's like, so when she left on Sunday, I said, hey, can you come on Monday? I'm all by myself with the boys. I don't know what's happening. I don't have the phone. She said, sure, but she texted me and said, is 9 okay? I was able to get in touch with her. We didn't have the phone at the time, but I was able to, that's when she went out and went through all the garbage in the middle of the day, looking for the phone.
Yeah, you said the boys sometimes they throw it.
Right, yeah.
Is there, they found a speaker?
There was a speaker, and then there was the coffee grinder. I was like, that was kind of weird.
What kind of speaker was it?
I don't know. It's something that Ana had gotten, but when once it was clean, it didn't work anymore, so it all went back in. But I appreciated Robin bringing it all out.
You guys got any Amazon Alexa devices, Google Voice devices in there?
No.
Okay, so you recall once on month?
Yeah, that was it.
Ice cream?
I think, yeah, usually I go get a treat with Thomas. I try to have one-on-one time with him. And William and Brian also like it, so I'm trying to mix it up. But I don't have a huge amount of time.
It was a good ice cream truck around.
Noon is over and Hino was good.
Yeah. That's where you get on.
I think, is that what we wanted? He wanted to go somewhere. He was asking about somewhere else. I think he wanted to go to Press. He wanted to go to Press, which is what's that place? Press is in Norwell or something like that.
Ice cream joint?
No, it's actually, it's a healthy place, but he thinks he's getting a chocolate milkshake, but it's just a chocolate and banana.
Ice cream that.
I don't know. He figured that he's like this. He's found it to be tasty, so I was like, well, that's better than ice cream. So.
So, we're in Monday. I mean, at what point do you really start to get
Nervous?
genuinely concerned?
Monday. Yeah, when I had the phone. Once I got the phone, she was getting in touch with me. I was like, well, this is weird. And we're over time, basically. So I talk to her, yeah, all the time. So, but the week or so before, we had the same situation. Yeah, for Christmas and everything. So I didn't want to freak out at that point. So I was like, you know what? Let me see what happens in the morning. And then that's when all the text starts coming. I was like at 6, I wake up pretty early. So I texted her, I was like, what's going on? That's when I got in touch with Alyssa. And she told me to calm down. And my mother told me to calm down. And Sandra, her sister, was like, I was going to 12:31. No one seemed to worry, but I was like, maybe I'm being insane. And I almost called work last time, and Ana's like, do not embarrass me at work. And my husband calling around for me. So I was going to call on Tuesday, but I didn't, and I should have. And then I didn't hear from her. And then on Wednesday morning, that's when I called. I started calling the lines. I don't have a number of someone at work, I realized too. So I called I called the Mazda building, called Crossing building. I was going to call Jeff Chod. I didn't have his number. While I was looking for that number, Graham got in touch with me and said, hi, is what's going on? And I was like, he goes, Brian Walshe, his husband. Oh, thank you, sir. Is she there? He's like, is there a problem? I was like, not if she's at work. And that's when this all. Wednesday morning. That was Wednesday morning. 72 hours.
So you're concerned on Monday, Tuesday,
Everyone's telling me to calm down.
everyone's telling you to calm down.
And I was going to call work, and the whole thing was like, don't embarrass her at work, and that's why I kept texting, where are you? I emailed her, I said, you're missing again.
Who's Alexandra?
You're missing
Alexandra's
again?
sister. So she's got, her name is Her name is Alexandra, but Ana has all sorts of different names for her. Alex, Sally, Saleh, so all sorts of, so she has a bunch of nicknames. That's Ana's sister.
I saw you communicated with her through the
Viber, yeah.
And on the 4th, which is Wednesday, you'd already told her that you can't get a hold of her.
Yeah.
But then she starts talking about the police. That the police, they come along, this is what it's like. Why would you tell me to do?
Tell her to wait to call the police, because I was at the time, I was talking to Petition Inspire people, and the guy Huey was going to get everything in motion. He's the one who said, I'll call DC, and he met them, and then he's the one who called Cohasset to get everything going, because he's, ex-Secret Service and everything. So, I mean, I asked, basically, I was going to do it myself, and he's like, let me do it. And that's the human resource officer, Teresa, who immediately got me in, who called me. She's like, I'm driving over now. I'm gonna tune you in with Huey. So I was like, okay, because I've never filed a missing person report or anything like that. And she said, we have support for you. But there was no delay by doing that. In fact, I feel like things happened a lot quicker.
I think things happened pretty quick after.
Yes. Right. Yeah, 100%. And I think it was, I'm sorry, I only know his first name, Greg immediately came over and he got the information down and he came over again and then Huey called me. Greg gave me the missing persons report, but it was Huey who gave me the incident report.
Didn't Richard Walker be on the
No. Who's that?
It's not last week, the lead,
On that,
Yeah.
Brian's mother
Yeah.
would like to offer a reward.
Yeah, and I will run up by the people I gotta run by, and I think, that goes both ways, Generate a lot more leads, generate a lot more time wasting.
Exactly. Instead of focus. Anyway, she wanted me to raise it.
Okay, she spoke to me about it and I still talked to Tracy, so.
But what does she wanna offer for a reward?
But she'll offer, she'll offer more, I will offer anything.
That's the concept of.
That's her starting point.
Yeah, it's before that.
But before we do anything,
Yeah.
we're getting approval.
No, it's
from you
important
guys.
that we still.
Sometimes you just make public announcements on their own and offer.
Right, no,
We're not-
we don't want to do anything
No,
that's
we're-
going to impede the
Yeah,
investigation.
thank you.
No,
Appreciate that.
we're working in alignment with you, that's our focus.
When I called you that next day about the media,
Right.
probably pick it up,
Yeah.
making inquiries.
Yeah.
This is kind of along the same.
Yeah, it hasn't, it's only created more stress.
I mean, want to work on the same team.
Yeah.
The media kind of has their own objectives.
Yeah, right, sell newspapers. And that's why we brought Tracy's here to, basically a cool head, in a different time where, the rest of us are not operating really very well. And also to, protect him for, my other people problems down there.
Yeah. Angle here
What is a thumping noise?
Yeah.
Good lord.
Lori from Leeds.
First we got beeping, now we got
You have any
thumping.
other names?
Not off the top of my head, I was just home to what we got here.
Okay.
That name, I figured I'd throw it out. But it does not.
No, do you have any other information?
No,
Okay.
not right now.
All right.
Obviously, we have
Is he an Uber driver or a Lyft driver?
Richard Walker?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do you-
I don't even know if he exists.
Okay.
I'm asking, why
no,
you ask that?
Ana had a regular, I don't know if it was Lyft or Uber, but said that, like, if someone out here, she kept recognized. Like, it was the same person
Oh, really?
that would come out. I mean, I guess there's not a lot. It's not a high, so 2 or 3, or I don't know how many times, but I never got the person's name. No, just that he was, was very nice and, good driver.
What about the type of vehicle?
No, I didn't get any info. I didn't think about it. I mean, but I know that she normally you never see an Uber driver twice, and I think she saw him at least twice, if not more.
Hey, Matthew.
Private number of you driver that have direct cut off the company.
Right. I don't know if that ever. Yeah, I asked, "Are you doing that?" And at the time when I asked, but this is a while ago, she said no. So
You specifically.
I said, "Are you going to just hire him directly?" She had said no. So that's where we left it, and that must have been a month ago or 2 months ago or something.
And what rideshare service was it?
I'm pretty sure it was Uber. It could be Lyft. I never, she was running both of the apps and seeing what the pricing was always. I don't know. She usually gets the regular stuff. Whatever was available. And she was leaving very early in the morning to go acid. So there were days when I was awake early on, and she was worried about if she was going to make it to the airport because we couldn't get anyone, or they were 30 minutes out.
Obviously, with Ana missing, public and many people, they're gonna have this.
Needles are sharp, Debbie.
Sure.
Something to Ana, it's important.
Tracy is preparing for that.
Yeah, I mean, we know that's not lost on you, and it's important for us to iron out a real timeline for you and set out and well, and any suspicions of that and quicker and that's both of us.
Sure.
And that's part of the reason we're doing the timeline and what we did on Sunday and Monday and for the description. But that's why I really want you to kind of think hard and never stop when you left on Sunday or when you went out on Monday, stuff that we can verify, what we can't verify. We basically want to know where you went, what you control, and where your stuff. But we also like to hear from about so as far as the trip on Sunday, the first time you left the house was to go to Shaw's, is that correct?
Yes.
And potentially Walgreens, you don't want
Sure, I forget about that. Possible.
back here, back out for Swan.
Right.
Route travel again up there
Is Route 1.
so from here, like us, when they leave here, they will have to start.
I go right, and then I drive over to, I get over to the, I think it's Derby Street area, right? So I take the left and go through all that. Then I get up onto, I guess, 93, is that right? Or something like that. And then then I get to Boston, and through Boston, and then up 1, I guess it's just going to 1A, but I stayed on 1 somehow. Because I've gotten so used to not having directions, right? Or having directions, not having directions. I was just, and then I got myself further up than I should have, and I came across.
So at what point did you go dam on John
The ship. The ship. So there's the ship on the north shore. So you're on Route 1. There's a ship. The Christmas tree store used to be there. I think on the right. Yeah. So I think I think I've gone too far, and I don't know how to use my GPS in the Volvo because I never use it.
Okay, so you turn around or you keep going?
No, I went. I looked around, and I think I took 114. I'm not sure. I just took a right because I knew that I knew my mother was here, and I was like over here. I could go across.
Okay, so you got across and came on Route 114.
I think so. Yeah, that's. I remember that.
And that brings you over to what route?
Well, I think it brings me over to Lynn, and then from there I snaked around, and then got to the water and up to Swampscott.
You took your condos and then check them out?
No, I did not at all.
Are those occupied?
They're both occupied. Yes. You're welcome to. I mean, we have to talk to the tenants. You're welcome to look at them if you want.
Okay, so you cut through Lynn and you go direct to Mount, is that right?
Yes.
And how long did you have to do?
Not long. Just a good question.
I feel like Bill Murray.
The timeline now,
Pillsbury.
let's say 15
Stop
minutes.
the hammering.
Okay, so you estimate it took you about.
Stop the hammering!
Something like that, yeah, so I left there, around 4, so I should have been out of there, by 6, or around that 6 o'clock
Please
time.
tell me you guys hear it too. Am I going insane?
Yeah, I run the errands, and I got back, and I was there a bit longer, and then, back home.
And again, the errands were to Whole Foods.
ZBS, yeah.
And you had to go to food stores because, well, were you looking for the Whole Foods?
Yeah, it's the frozen foods at Whole Foods, and then CVS, usually the wipes, the alcoholic wipes and stuff like that, or
And you don't fall in there.
I do not, sir. I might have done gas, I don't know, I have to check.
And so your mom's dropped that.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
thinking.
yeah.
One of the kids hitting something? Maybe?
Obviously I ended up being there for New Year's, and she's like, okay, how are things going?
Or maybe someone tapping the table where the recorder's on?
She's like, is Rob at the house? I said, yes, I gotta get back. And she came late, and I don't have my phone, so my mother got worried to come back. She's like, your phone. So there was a lot of discussion about that, and then, me getting to see with the kids, she's like, you can't like this going on too long. And, that was pretty much it. And now that a lot of her surgeries are done now up here too, so it's a good, she was like, it's a good time. I've done the cataract surgery.
God, first day of court, most boring ever. Stop talking!
Yeah, she asked, like, where's Lana? And I said she had to go for work, and then she was like, well, she's working all the time. And I said, yeah. Yeah. No.
I have never wanted
last
anybody to
time,
cooperate less
December
with the police
24th,
than I do now.
when she worked up until 7 p.m. and then she missed the flight on, there was I was like, what's
Never
going on?
wanted anyone
She
to
was asking
cooperate
questions,
less
and I didn't know what's going on. I was like, well,
than I do right now.
Shut
Shut up!
Like, so
Stop
late,
talking!
December 24th. And she said, hey, I said I was going to take care of it. And then I said, all right. So I didn't want to get into it, especially she was obviously hesitant to tell me that she wasn't going to be able to stay the whole time. So I didn't want to, we had a great night. So I was like, okay, well.
Oh my
and
God,
she also said,
I can't.
I'm going to have more time for Martin Luther King Day, 4 or 5 days. I remember her saying that she's like, it's all going to work out. I'm behind. She got sick after coming up for Christmas.
Oh my God, y'all. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God, y'all, I'm dead. You're not gonna believe. You're not gonna believe the news that just came across my phone. Are you guys ready for this? Are you ready? I don't know if I can say this without laughing. I'm not gonna be able to get it out. Kim Kardashian has been diagnosed with low brain activity. Okay, I'm sorry. We'll go back to the drum. Honest to God, that was a real thing on Newsbreak, on the Newsbreak. Kim Kardashian diagnosed with low brain activity.
So I guess she had to work from home on Tuesday, and she felt like behind for the year. So it could have been that she was wanting to get ahead, but she said that there was something that was important that she had to be at. I assumed, I mean, I haven't told you the stories I make up in my head, but if you're interested, I have no, there's no basis other than like, this is what I thought it might be, but.
Well, it's been confirmed, Marty.
That's where she was till 7 p.m. On the 24th of December. In the morning, she sent me, if you look at the text, she's like, there's leaks, like at 8 a.m. on that. So I assume something must have gone on over there. And she's supposed to live right next door. That's so the fact that she's here and not right next door, someone might call her and say something like that. She'd be like, well, I have to get over there. And she was always busy on the phone with stuff going on. So. Well, she lives, our townhouse is right next door to the Mazda building. So she can walk over, right? So the fact that she's always here doesn't, I don't know, I mean, again, this is all of my conjecture. Like, she's like, well, if we were at the townhouse and something went on at the Mazda building on New Year's Day or any time, she could get up, walk over.
She had an aneurysm?
And come right back. It'd be fine. But no, but she managed.
No, Marty, why?
There. So, and she's, it's an in-person job. It's not something like that she does over the phone and stuff like that. So that, but again, that was something that's in my head, yeah.
Why do you think you would obviously let them tell you to go back to work?
Because, we lost a lot of time over the holiday season.
When did she actually tell you that
She alluded to it when she arrived on Friday, and she was busy on Saturday saying that she was running, things were running behind, and then she basically said we have to go back. She kept saying I have to go back early. Then after Jen left, she said I have to go back tomorrow.
So she met you a few times, you had to go back after Jen left?
Right. So in the morning, and I was like, well, that's somewhat surprising, but considering like the Thanksgiving schedule, the last.
I didn't know she had an aneurysm. I feel bad now.
She was supposed to be here for Thanksgiving, that got canceled. And then when she came back on December 6th, she was supposed to be here for 5 days, but she was only here for a few hours. She was supposed to be here for Christmas, New Year, Christmas Eve and all of that. And then that got compressed, and then she drove up, so she's only here from 8 p.m. to 5 p.m. on the 26th. So all of that became a pattern that we were getting compressed on our schedules. That due also due to the flights and things like that.
Late on, forced to work so late on Christmas Eve, thought it hard to believe.
Yes. No, I mean, I was like, why? Yeah, I was complaining about it. That's the best way to explain it. No, I mean, no, I don't think so. I just was like that. I said, who else is working at that time? But they
She had an
undetected decision to get all this stuff
aneurysm?
early.
That makes no sense.
Corporate style. And she did
How do
say
you have an
that
undetected
April 24th
aneurysm?
is a working day in retail, Brian.
I don't feel bad anymore.
What was her title?
She was the regional general manager.
So if like a problem occurred in one of these buildings, is not anybody underneath her?
There's GMs, yeah, definitely. But she,
Local, or they could.
yeah, that's a good point. Absolutely. Crossing did not have a GM for a long time, so she was playing GM over there. That guy Graham who called me was the new GM, and then Mazda was kind of her project because it was closing, so she was very hands-on over there. For the other buildings, there was less talk about the other buildings.
And just so I'm clear on the timeline, she had a flight Christmas morning. She worked late Christmas Eve.
Yes,
Okay. When did she actually show up with Christmas?
8 p.m. on Christmas Day.
On Christmas Day
Yes.
at 8 p.m.
Yes.
She just drove straight through.
Yes. Well, she missed her flight was canceled.
I thought she failed out of
Like,
school.
canceled, and they're like, maybe we can get you out. That's when the whole storm came, and then she just got in the car. and
I
said,
thought she
"Why?"
completely failed
And I
out of
said, "No,
school.
get rest," which might have been better, but it's very her That is her to very like, all out all the time.
Okay, so 8 p.m. on Christmas, she pulls in.
Yeah.
And she was going to get Brendan Dassey out of jail, too, or out of prison, too.
You said you didn't suspect Ana was lying to you until you arrived, but if you ever suspect her of having an affair or an affair, suspect her of sleeping with anyone else?
No, not when we're married. I mean, like when we were dating other people, it was a bit different. But like in the last, 7, 8, or 9 years, no, absolutely not. And we have 3 kids, and after I was arrested, I remember.
Wait, she didn't go to law? I'm confused
I
now.
promised you, if you want to leave, I understand. She said, no, let's do it.
She
Do it
tried to
together,
clep the bar exam?
we'll
Oh, she
focus
is
on our
stupid.
relationship and the kids. I mean, it's
What,
more
did
than
she
just
think that
us.
she
It's
had
totally
lawyer
stupid.
genes,
So
so she'd
I
automatically
really
pass
couldn't imagine
it?
that. She was very focused on work and family. And this would be it would be totally like outside of her, value system.
So how would you react if she told you that so would you become angry or would you say
Yeah, I should. I would say, yeah, I don't even know. I mean, my first inclination would be like,
Oh.
we're going to get divorced. Yeah, I would. I wouldn't even expect something like that to happen. But if she said,
They were
I assume,
stupid.
again, the story I'm making out is that she's like, I'm leaving you for someone else, not like I'm sleeping with someone.
what do you mean?
Well, I assume that if something like that happened, she would say, I'm leaving you for
I
someone
guess.
else. Not like, oh, I'm having an affair. That would be
Okay, I'm sorry,
kind of
y'all.
weird.
I just had to share that.
I don't know. I mean, she's very direct, but we always had these conversations. I said, I know it's been tough being separated, and she's like, yeah, I mean, you have to get to, but her whole thing was like, you and the kids get to DC as quickly as possible. That is not someone who's like having an affair.
What do you mean?
We've had conversations about, struggles that we're having being apart, and she was like, you have to get to, you and the kids have to get here as soon as possible. Not, there was nothing other than that. That was always her main focus.
Was there complaints about like intimacy between the kids or thought all the time?
Yeah, it was certainly difficult, but we did see each other enough, and that we were able to be intimate, on a regular basis. Not the same as if you're living with someone, but in some ways, we took advantage of the time more than had we been together. I remember her bringing that up. She said, "Well, when I'm here, like you definitely make it a priority."
Remembers
Together,
her
like,
bringing that
wait
up.
another night, but here we can't. So that was something that we did discuss. But she didn't like this house. That was another thing. I mean, she was always complaining like we're in a rental. She hates rentals. So. But
I'm sure the
her
article.
having an affair, I just it just doesn't make any sense to me.
What happened?
Also, where's the time?
Oh,
She was
I know.
exhausted. She was always flying. At every moment, she was flying here or working. I mean,
Darn it. I laughed and I separated my windows. Dang it. I want a webcam back that works right. Yeah, but I didn't read the article. I just read the headline. So, yeah, the article probably went into more details, but the headline was funny. Um, when my phones go dead or battery goes low, it freezes the camera. Okay, he just said they took advantage of the time they had together to be intimate because they weren't together all the time anymore. And then he said that's the way she worded it. What do you mean that's the way she worded it? That's such a stupid thing to say. Dude, you're an idiot. You are such an idiot. You need to stop talking and you need to make it make sense. I know. I know. That sounds stupid. But it's a real thing. Because I got two different pages now. I got to flip between the pods. I want my other monitor, but my other monitor doesn't work. Well, actually, my other computer. This setup irks me. And now Travis is like, I know what I'm going to do. The man does not use a computer. The other computer he bought for him never used it. So now he's like, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy you another all-in-one like you like, and then I'm going to take the tower and I'm going to buy a monitor for me. And I'm going to put it in the bedroom. And I'm going to put the monitor on an arm from the wall, and I'm going to sit in bed. And I'm going to swing the monitor into bed, and I can sit in bed and do. Like, Travis, you never use a computer. He's what is that codependence? Like he has to have everything I have. Is that what codependence is? Is that I don't know. It's like anytime I get like I got oh it's in the bedroom. Because I got a new phone, I got a new phone charger the other day because I've been using iPhones for years, so I've got a lot of iPhone chargers all over the house, but none of the Android chargers. Or only a couple of the Android chargers, so I bought a new Android charger. He had to get him one too. He goes, well, my charger's old, so it's probably worn out. No, it works perfectly fine. It's old. It's probably about to wear out soon. So he had to get a new one too, because I got a new one. It's like every time I get something, he wants it too. Yes, he has it thought out. He never uses the computer. Dang, I want my other monitor back. Okay, let me play with the windows and get it started again.
Sure, sure. I mean, anything's possible. It just sounds, all of the scenarios seem improbable. Certainly that does too, but maybe I'm not. And I only see it like one way. And then who would be with even? It's like, I don't even know.
Is work emergencies common? Is not anyone during the shift just pick up?
Yeah, picking up and leaving was not common. Work emergencies were, I mean, maybe the word emergency is being misused, but, upticks or something that, like an outlier. There was
You
a
said
time that
emergency.
FBI, hit the crossing building. She was all of a sudden she was like inundated over there, and then the leaks at Mazda, TJ Maxx wanted to leave Mazda, like these things that came up that were disrupting her daily work, were things that we talked about all the time, and that it was it was a huge pressure for her, and she didn't have all the personnel in place.
Actually, just to backtrack on something you said, she came home December 5th or early December, you said, and she was supposed to stay for 5 days?
Yeah,
She was going home for a few hours, so kind of...
Yeah, so basically, I guess it's the same thing. She was going to come in on, mind if I use the calendar here, thank you. So she was gone, I guess she came on the 7th, which is a Wednesday. And she had left on the 23rd, so 2 weeks in Belgrade. She was going to stay and leave on Monday the 12th. And then she told me she had to leave on the 8th. So that was so it was starting to get, I was starting to get used to it. I was like, wow, that's tough. I mean, and we did have I was upset. I think 2 weeks, in Belgrade and 1 day here. Kids and I, need more than that. So,
Your Honor, Mrs. Gilman, if I could ask you to pause. Your Honor, would it be an appropriate time now, or would you go to this?
No, pick a time now.
Thank you.
So jurors, thank you for your attention today. And I know from firsthand experience, and now you do too, how tiring it can be just sitting. all day. So think about that. Get some fresh air when you can, either at lunch or when you get home. It helps from my experience. Bruce, I'll leave you today reminding you of the 4 obligations that you have and that I expect to know you will be obedient to them. Bruce, don't do any research about this case. Don't speak to anyone about this case. Don't access any social media or news media, and continue to have open minds. I think of you as sponges in the jury box, taking in all of the information that's provided to you during the trial. Have a good night. But before you leave, don't think I'm oblivious to the fact that we're getting the first snowstorm. Lived here now a lot of years, and so I hate to say this out loud, but I will anyway. I don't have great confidence in, because it is such a complicated business, what the meteorologists are predicting. I did ask my clerk to check earlier this afternoon, sometime between 2 and 4. It sounds like they're downgrading the expectations. But I don't want you to think your safety and your security is a priority to me, as is everybody that works here. So I'll be thinking about that tomorrow, and if it's appropriate to let you go earlier, I will if the forecast changes. But well, I don't want to jinx this. But I'll leave it there. Bruce, have a good night, and again, thanks for your attention today.
All rise for the court, please. Jurors, close your notebooks, leave them on the chairs. Follow me.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Please be seated. What is the plan for day 2?
Your Honor, we have approximately 40 more minutes of interviews to play. I believe I have about 30 to 40 minutes of an examination left of Sergeant Schmidt. There would be cross-examination. I leave that to counsel. And then we would put on Trooper Guarino to go over the results of the Safari searches, the Safari history of the MacBook, also mentioning the iPad and some of the work he did on one of the phones. I anticipate there's binders of information that would go in through him and that would be reviewed with him.
Those are binders that you, I think they're on my bench, but are those the 3 binders that we previously discussed?
Yes, Your Honor.
And remind me, I think I remember
reference,
this
Judy?
correctly, that you have binders for each of the jurors?
Just shoot me.
Or you're going to do them on the, all in the electronics?
We're going to do
Better.
the monitors. It's a lot of paper.
It is.
And I would easily break the machine. So that is the intention to do that. We are also going to call in another half a dozen witnesses if we go fast. And I will give counsel the list of the extra witnesses we'll have because I'm not too sure what the cross will be. So I want to make sure we have more business available for us than we might get to.
All right, I appreciate that. And then I will keep an eye on the forecast. What I most recently read is they were downgrading it slushy, but the commute tomorrow, leaving work might be messy. If it starts to get messy here.
What just happened? What just happened? They cut the feed. We weren't caught up to live and they cut the feed. Oh well. Okay. So he just talked and talked and talked and talked and talked and talked. He just didn't know when to shut up. And that was a crappy recording, and I didn't catch half of what he said. But he told them way, way more than they needed to know. Way, 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 way more than they needed. I don't. I. I think lawyer, and his dad might have done it with him. But I'm pretty sure he did a video on what it means for him and why he pled guilty to what he pled guilty to. Like, he pled, and I don't know how it helps him. Oh, I didn't do it, but I disposed of her body. Like, how does that help? Because, like I said earlier, if I left the bedroom to go clean up the kitchen and then went back in there and Travis wasn't breathing, I would call 911. Well, I'd start CPR first and then call 911. Because that's what you do. You don't go, well, oh my gosh, he's gone. I don't want the kids to know. I mean, that's not what you do. How did he think? Okay, let's give him the benefit of the doubt and say that's what happened. Why would he think that would be okay? And why would he think doing that and lying to the police about it would be okay? Like, if you did that, let's say you did that and you thought that was a perfectly normal, innocent thing to do, wouldn't you want to tell the police that? Well, she died and I didn't want the boys to see her, so I disposed of her body. Like, I don't get it. And why did his attorney tell him to plead guilty to that? Doesn't that just make him look more guilty? Like, I don't understand. I don't understand why his attorneys wanted him to plead guilty for that. Like, why didn't he just plead guilty for everything and get it done and over with? Why are we having a trial? It's just, none of this makes sense to me. At all. None of it makes sense to me. I mean, I didn't go to law school, so a lot of stuff doesn't make sense to me when we watch trials. But this one is crazy. This is crazy, doesn't make sense. And I don't know if it's him or the lawyers that aren't making sense. So, and I know I say this all the time, but I need to go back and watch Peter's video. Maybe he'll make it make sense, because I don't know why he pled guilty to that. That just makes him look more guilty. It's it's stupid to think that that's a real thing, that he would do that the way he said he did it. That's crazy. And it, a lot of times, I mean, you see this like on crime shows on TV, and then you see it on like body cam footage and stuff. People get mad. They're like, my child is missing, or my wife is missing, or whoever. Why are you in my house? Why are you asking me questions? Get out there and find them. What are you doing to find them? You're here. Why are you out there finding them? You see that all the time. And that's not what's happening. He's sitting down having a conversation, a long conversation, and giving them all kinds of information. He's not once said, why are you in my house? What are you doing to find her? Why aren't you out there finding my wife? He doesn't even sound concerned. He's like, you know, oh, Thomas said goodbye and said she got into a taxi, and what? Thomas is 6. It's just weird. The whole thing is just weird. And then somebody said that Melanie Little said that she could still be alive somewhere. But now he's pled guilty to disposing of her body. So why would he do that if she was alive somewhere? I'm just so confused. So confused. So confused. So I don't think she's still alive somewhere. I think her mom and sister would know if she was still alive somewhere. So, but this is the first I've heard of anything in this case because I haven't been following it because I want to be like the jury. Right now, I think he's stupid. That's my verdict right now. He's stupid. Hey, Michelle, how did pre-op go? Everything good to go? When's your surgery? Yay! Okay, so in the morning, I have to take Travis to the doctor because he won't go by himself. And that is because I wanted him, I was going to make him go by himself. He doesn't understand medical stuff, so he wants me to go with him because basically I have to translate medical jargon into English. Even though the doctors try to translate it for the patient, I still have to dumb it down even. I don't mean that in a derogatory way, but I have to explain it to him. So I have to go with him. His appointment is at 8:20, so we should definitely be back in plenty of time for the Brian Walshe trial. So I'm just going to skip, even though we were in the middle of Marcia arguing against the JOA motion. Oh, you know EDB is going to be all over that. AI is going to start getting people in trouble. There was another one like that recently too. It's like it's in the back. It's niggling at the back of my mind. Like I can't remember which one it was. Yeah, they'll just keep a closer eye on you while you're out. I mean, they keep a close eye on you while you're out anyway. But and sometimes if you have a CPAP machine, they want you to bring it with you. But if you don't, it doesn't matter. I bought the CPAP machine and then they've not used it at all. I'm like, why do you guys always tell me to bring this thing? You've never used it. The only time I use it is if I stay the night. They've never they've never used it if I'm just there for a day surgery. So oh Wiggles didn't come back this afternoon. I hope she's okay. Okay, So I don't know what time I'll see you. I'm frozen again. I'm plugged in. Dang it. Why is my battery going dead again? I'm plugged in. My tech, I swear, y'all, tech is killing me. I want my old computer back. Okay, so, his appointment is at 8:20. I figure we'll be home at least by 10. Shouldn't be any later than 10. So y'all just, actually, I'm going to go ahead and schedule it for 10. But that's not a promise. Okay, Robbie. Are you going to have another class after? I don't really watch series anymore. Remember that one series I told you was really good that I found in the middle of the night? It was like Drop Dead Diva or something like that. It was a law. I watched that pilot and told y'all how good it was, and I not watched any other episode. I don't really watch. I watch Star Trek. Actually, I'm behind on Strange New Worlds. I watched like the first two episodes of the last season, and the whole season's done. And I just, I watch YouTube all the time. Okay, I'm gonna set it for 10. We might be back, hopefully, from appointments at 8:20. We better not be any later than 10. Yeah, I'm having trouble with Strange. Because I think it's because I do this weird thing when something bad is happening, instead of like wanting to keep watching to see how they're going to resolve it, I get scared something bad is going to happen, and so then I quit watching. I also do that when it's like at the end, like Supernatural. It ran for 15 seasons, and I watched the last season like halfway through, and then I stopped. And it was like 6 months later when I finally sat down and watched it to the end because I didn't want it to be over. So I just quit watching it. And I don't even do it on purpose. It just happens. And then I realize, oh, I didn't finish watching that. Yeah, I know that's coming. Yeah, I know that's coming. No, his girlfriend that got infected by the Gorn. Oh, I knew what you meant. Um, and I don't know what happens to her, and I'm worried for her. So I haven't watched past the second episode. And also the thing with, and we know how that turns out too, but the thing with Spock and Chapman is driving me crazy because it makes sense. Like the whole backstory of them makes sense now when you go back and watch the original episodes, but it makes me sad. So, like, I got to the second episode and I was like, no, I want them together. I want them together, and I know it makes sense for them to be together, but they're not, and I don't like it, and I don't want her with Roger. Because we know what happens to Roger. So I think that's why I've only watched the first two episodes of the last season. Is there another season, or is that the last season? I don't remember now. And then you've got the alternate Kirk that was with La'an. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Which, that makes sense in the original, too. Because she flirted with him in the original, in the very beginning of the original episodes. She was flirty with him. So that kind of makes sense when you watch the alternate universe, Uhura and Spock together. So, yeah. All these people get together in alternate timelines. That's for the fans that wanted them together in the original timelines, though, I think. And they're like, watch this, guys. We can do it for you. It is an interesting spin. And, I read books about that all the time, because authors will do that. Authors will do that. They will take a story. There's a whole line of Disney books like that. It's like, what if this had happened instead, and then it's the same story, but they flip it around. And I like stuff like that. And sometimes it turns out good, and sometimes it turns out not so good. So, yeah, I like Star Trek Discovery, um, because it fills in a lot of plot holes, and then it's like, but wait a minute, how come we never knew that Spock had a foster sister? But then when you get to the end of Discovery, you're like, oh, they weren't allowed to talk about her. That's why we didn't know that he had a foster sister. So. Yeah. There are a lot of fans, though, that don't like it. They get mad. They're like, no, that's canon. You can't do that. You're messing with canon. Just open your mind and just imagine. It could be. You don't know everything about everybody. Could be. You don't know. Like, who? Somebody else had a half brother. No, foster brother. Worf. You didn't know about him till way, way late in TNG. Yeah. Yeah. And then there are some Star Wars fans that wish we only had three. Okay, yeah, I could talk about fan theories all day. So, okay, so I will see you guys in the morning, hopefully no later than 10. They better not make us wait that late because Travis has to go to work. Supposed to be there at 8:30? No, 9. Yeah, 9. And his appointment's at 8:20. So, they better not keep him there too late. So, okay, guys, I will see you in the morning sometime and we will continue with this train wreck of a trial. Just chatty Brian. Bye, guys. Remember, be kind to people, love your family, and Jesus loves you, and so do I. Bye, guys. I love y'all. Have a good evening.